filter's options are separated, or each filter's parameters are separated by colons. Well, with the audio codec, not audio filter, but audio codec, each option, or each pretty much each parameter is separated by a colon. With the video codec, each parameter is separated by a colon. So you've got output audio codec, MP3 lame, dash lame ops, CBR for constant bit rate, colon, BR equals 128, and then space, output video codec, or dash OVC, space XVID, and then space XVID ENC for XVID encoder, XVID ENC OPTS for XVID encoder ops, and then space, and then bit rate, the whole word bit rate equals 2200, and then colon for the next option, and then chroma, CHROMA underscore OPTS, or I'm sorry, just underscore OPT, and then colon VHQ equals 4, colon BVHQ equals 1, and then colon quant, QUANT underscore type, TYPE equals MPEG, MPEG, colon max, MAX underscore B frames, BFRAMES equals 1, colon aspect, ASPECT equals, and then whatever your D size flag is in your video filter chain, whatever you put for D size equals, and then the number, put right here an aspect, which in my case is 1.78, colon profile equals DXN, hold on, let me move this over, DXNHTPAL. Now you might want DXNHT, I believe there's one called NTSC at the end, but I use PAL. Anyway, colon, and then put pass, PASS equals 1. Remember before I told you we do 2-pass encoding. I'm not going to show you how to do anything other than 2-pass encoding. Hit space. Now here's the thing. When you do pass encoding, multi-pass encoding, you generate log files. The first pass runs through and generates a log file that contains statistical information about every frame. The second pass comes through and reads that log file, figures out which frames, scenes, sequences, whatever, need the most bit rate because they have the highest motion, the highest amount of movement and all that other shit, and which ones need lower bit rate. This way, you can have a very high quality movie with a low file size because high bit rates are given to scenes that need it, and low bit rates are given to scenes that don't really need it. And it evens out. When you say bit rate equals 2200, it's an average bit rate, and the multi-pass determines where it's needed at. That way you get a higher quality result. Anyway, pass equals 1, and that's the last thing in the video codec string. That's the last thing you have, or chain. That's the last thing you have. Hit space, and then O, or no. That's I didn't get to finish what I started to say. Now, those statistics are gathered in a log file. If you don't tell it what log file to use, then it automatically just drops a log file into your user's home directory, your home folder. It just drops a log file in there. Watch this shit. O equals dev null and cannot initialize video. Oh yeah, hold on 1 second. Alright, see right here, divx 2pass.log. Alright, cancel. The problem with that is If you're encoding, if you open another terminal, like I do, and you're encoding a video in each terminal, because you've got a dual core processor, that means you can encode 2 videos at the same time and still be able to use the rest of the shit on your computer without it running ungodly slow. Any more than that, you're fucking up. Don't encode more videos at the same time than you have cores in your processor. So if you got a tri-core processor, you can encode 3 videos at the same time without them slowing down your computer. If you got a quad core, you can do 4. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, if you're encoding multiple videos at the same time and you don't write down a separate output log file for each video, they'll all read and write from the same log file, and as a result, obviously, the statistics are going to be wrong because they're for each other's movies. The movie's quality is going to suck, and the file size is going to be fucking huge. So, after pass equals 1, put... Let me actually go back. Like I said, I don't remember everything, so I gotta open up my thing again. After you got pass equals 1, you put dash pass log file, all one word. PASSLOGFILE, pass log file, space, and then I put whatever directory that is, that movie's in. For example, this one's in, put my double quotes here, home, Alex, desktop, log. Alright. Now, if you're encoding multiple movies in the same directory, then I'd call it the movie's name.log. In this case, cops.log. But if you've got each movie in its own folder, you can just call it, put the pass log file to be in that movie's folder with the movie. Anyway, this will generate a new log file for each movie, so they don't interfere with each other. The next option is your output frames per second. In your 4cc code. We'll do the 4cc first. Put dash 4 FOUR. Actually, no, I don't know why there's 2 F's. FFOUR CC space DIVX. Even though it's an XVID codec, XVID is reverse engineered DivX. So a lot of DVD players that can play DivX movies, if you don't have a 4cc code telling that DVD player this is a DivX movie, then it won't recognize XVID is the same as DivX. It won't play the fucking movie. So for 4cc, which is 4cc stands for 4-character code. 4-character code is a character code consisting of 4 characters that identifies the type of data that the file contains. So put dash FFOURCC. I don't know why it's called F4cc, but anyway, and then space DivX, and then put a space, and the next option is going to be dash OFPS for output frames per second. Now I use PAL frames per second, and I use the PAL profile in my DivX options. If you remember, I said DXNHT PAL. Now if you use DXNHT NTSC, then you need to put dash OFPS for output frames per second is 24. But I use PAL, which is 25. Anyway, I always recommend 25. I don't know why, I just do. Alright, the last thing is your output file. What file you want to output this to? Well, this is only your first pass. You're not writing a file, you're writing statistics. You don't need to output any file. So put dash O for output, and then put /dev/null. In other words, just fucking dump the file into nothingness. It's faster that way because only a statistical file needs to be written right now. We don't need a movie file to be written. We don't need to output the movie file. We just need to output statistics. Then you hit enter and let it run. Now, I don't remember where the fuck okay, now as you can see, cops.log popped up. And when it's done with the first pass, you hit up. That's all you gotta do, just hit up. Backspace over dev null. And then put whatever you want it to be called. In my case, it'd be /home, /Alex, /desktop, /cops, .avi. Remember, it has to end in AVI because you're outputting into an AVI. Later on, we're going to remux it into an MKV file, but for now, AVI is what you output with mencoder. Now, don't forget though, before you can hit enter, skip all the way